Alrighty, welcome in everybody. We're going to be playing a little bit of Legacy today. There is a Legacy event, Legacy Showcase Challenge this weekend, so I want to sort of prepare myself for the Legacy tournament this weekend. Just to try and see what decks are available in the format and see what things I like, that kind of thing. So I have been playing lands lately in Legacy. I don't necessarily think that lands is the way to go right now. There are a lot more sort of artifact-based storm decks that are popping up, and any storm variant for lands is pretty rough. We could obviously start playing things like Null Rod or things like that to sort of help with those artifact storm decks, but I feel like those are popping up a little bit more in popularity. So I feel like being on a blue deck is just kind of where I want to be right now. So I am trying out this deck for the time being. This is a list that is very similar to Anurag Das's 4-color control deck that he's been playing in the Legacy challenges lately. And to be clear, I do like his lists. But I do not like the absence of the monkey. So I wanted to try a variant with monkey in it, just to see if we can get some free wins and have a little bit more grinding power with that card. I think this hand is fine. We have Ponder and Brainstorm to help find a red source or a white source if we need one. Skirk Prospector, okay. Do I want to go ahead and plow? I think I do. Just go ahead and go. This might be a little bit aggressive, but another one. Just go Basic Island, Ponder. I think I like all of these cards. Let's say go. I'm not gonna plow this one. I just kind of wanted to slow him down just a little bit with the first plow, but given that they're probably just gonna port me here, I'm pretty okay with just taking a turn off. Draw the Sylvan Library, play Forest, and play Sylvan Library. Possible I should have fetched for a Taiga there to play Sylvan Library, because then I can play Expressive Iteration next turn, but... Slinging Lieutenant. Yeah, we'll go ahead and force this one. And I think I'll pitch the Brainstorm. Love to, let's go ahead and Brainstorm. Oh. I think we dash monkey here. Actually like a pretty good chance that we don't get to hit with the monkey later in the game, so being able to hit with it here and just put a lackey into play, just put a 1/1 into play that can block their 1/1, just seems fine to me. they found Lackey Munitions Expert. I'd really like to find an Uro here. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's go put Snapcaster on top. A4 to keep the force in my hand. And then go ahead and play Uro, put some lands into play. Now we have up Snap Plow and Force of Will. I think that makes more sense than casting Iteration. Next turn we just get to put Uro into play. Just gonna have to prevent the Muxus from hitting the board. So as long as we have Force of Will up and they don't have Cavern, we're in okay shape. Yeah, fine with Vial. Okay. You got it. Let's go grab a tropical island and another volcanic, I think. Gonna target Plow, and I'm gonna block the Skirk. Plow the Munitions Expert. Now the board is clean. We get to just put an Uro into play. Go on top, on top. Cast Expressive Iteration. Going to put the Misty in my hand, Sylvan on bottom, Flooded Strand in exile, play the Flooded Strand, and then we're gonna go ahead and put Uro into play. Exile a whole bunch of lands. It doesn't really matter what you exile. We are playing Snapcaster Mage, but just go ahead and play out the Plateau, and I'm just gonna play Monkey. Now that they've traded the Skirk off, they don't have 6 mana to play a Muxus, which is great for us. And if they want to waste me, like, by all means, it's just great for me. Which takes them off of a mana. Yeah, this is fine. Pretty okay with them just killing the monkey. I don't really mind too much. It's more likely than not, I'm going to just find another monkey with the Sylvan Library plus iteration. Oh wait. Back for 6. Iteration. Put the Jace in my hand. Iteration on bottom, Brainstorm and Exile. Let's go ahead and Brainstorm. Endurance is pretty good. So let's put back Force of Negation and a Ponder. And then I want to fetch for another Tundra. Play Ponder. I want to see if I can find a... That's fine. And then I'm just gonna say go. Yep, you got a lackey. So worst case scenario for me is they go Cavern into Muxus, but I don't think they're gonna be able to get an attack through with the lackey here, so not too worried about the lackey. Grab a Taiga. Green, 1, play my Endurance. And I am gonna go ahead and Endurance myself. I'm just gonna put all these back in the deck. Not really that big of a deal, you don't really need a bunch of fodder for anything crazy. Lock the lackey. Ringleader, yeah, I don't think I want that one to resolve. Just put back the 2 lands. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with Uro. Don't need to attack with the Endurance here. Jace. Jace Brainstorm. Go back to Sylvan Library and this fetch land. We're gonna Prismatic Ending the Aether Vial. They're gonna put in a 2-drop. pile driver. Let's go ahead and iteration. Put the monkey in my hand, library on bottom, Flooded Strand, exile, play the Flooded Strand. I don't know if I should try and play Uro here, or if I should just say go. Seems like I should just say go because they just wasteland my Tundra, then I don't have a white source up for Plowshares if I play Uro. They drew a mountain, so they have 6 mana for Muxus. They only have a Matron. Probably gonna go Matron into Muxus. Go to Sling Gang Lieutenant. No attacks. Let's put Force of Negation on top. And I'll put Ponder on top as well. And then I will go ahead and attack with Uro. Wait. Actually, it's just attack with both, right? Because they have to block. All right, yes, it says Pro Blue. Okay, let's fetch. Start the Trop. Brainstorm first. Second Plow and a Force of Will. Let's put the monkey back and one iteration, I guess. Go red, blue, iteration. The iteration in my hand, ponder, bottom, monkey, and exile. Arrow, keep the one we already escaped. Oh wait, here you go. And then we're gonna force that pitching ponder. It's a lot easier if they just attack incorrectly here, but just go ahead and plow. Plow. Pay a whole bunch of life. Attack with these. Sure. Go. Through amongst this. Didn't matter. Okay. We are behind on time, but we should still be able to put this out. So we want the endurances as blockers, dress down Terminus. Pithing Needle can name, I guess it's Richard Import, Wasteland, and Aether Vial. So Pithing Needle's probably okay. And Alpine Moon can also name Wasteland, Port, or notably Cavern of Souls. So I think I like the Alpine Moon. Force of Negation is kind of like our worst card. Jace isn't great. It's just like really hard to build a board where Jace is going to be good, and then Ragavan's pretty terrible as well. Perhaps we only want one more endurance. This hand seems very good. Very, very reasonable. Got Force of Will for a turn 1, Vial or something, or if they go like Lackey, we can technically Force of Will it if we want to, or we just let it resolve and Prismatic Ending it and then follow up with the turn 2 library. We've got Dress Down to sort of manage anything else. It's fine. I don't even really care all that much about that one. I'm just gonna slam this library, start drawing extra cards. Cavern's pretty good for them. Okay, it's a Matron. Okay, and it gets a player ringleader, but it doesn't do anything. let's go top iteration. The ponder in my hand. Endurance on bottom and Uro and exile. It's a little bit awkward. Maybe I should have drawn two, and then just like played Uro. Maybe Brainstorm into Uro. Not too sure. I'm not forcing anything else, so. I think I want to go deep plow on top, pay 4 for one of these, and then play Uro, draw the plow, go to 5, and then we have a plow up. Or I just go put this on top. Go Snapcaster Ending. I think I like this line better. It's fine. Drew a wasteland. Okay. I will go ahead and draw one card here. We're gonna put the Taiga in my hand. I'm gonna go Tropical Island into Uro. We're gonna put this Misty in play. So they go. We've got a plow up. They drew a Skirk Prospector. This might have been a poor use of my turn. I was trying to figure out a way to get the Terminus on top, and then Brainstorm into it while also using... Do they draw a Sling Gang Lieutenant? Oh, they draw Muxus. That's really bad for me, actually. Yep, that just resolves. I mean, well, I guess it's not that bad for me, all things considered. We just have a Terminus on top. Terminus. Put the needle on top, planes on top. Go green, green, blue, blue. Play Uro. We're gonna exile a bunch of lands that I don't want to redraw. So they can resolve a Sling Gang Lieutenant here, but it doesn't actually do a ton. Oui. Well, that's a little awkward. Plateau in my hand. Force on bottom, Misty in exile. Play the Misty out. Let's draw, let's resolve that trigger first here. I think I do want to just go ahead and plow this. Yep, you got it. Top. Tag with just Uro. Put the play. Iteration. Cast some Ponders. Ashlick Bonds. Okay, but like, what if Pashlik's Mons just didn't do anything? What if these cards that you haven't played just didn't have any abilities? And what if my guys had all of their abilities? Brainstorm. I'm gonna put back Sylvan Library and a Force of Will. Go ahead and fetch, and that shuffles our library. Cast Expressive Iteration from the graveyard. Blue, red. Put the arrow in my hand, Force of Will on bottom, and then Brainstorm in exile. Back Sylvan Library and Brainstorm. Just looking for the Alpine Moon. And I think I should go ahead and fetch one more time to try and find it here. There it is. So Plow in my hand, Dress Down on bottom, Alpine Moon in exile. Play Alpine Moon. Name Cavern of Souls. Okay. Nothing you cast matters. I can almost guarantee it. Force of Will, that one. Alright. That one, the first game took us a little while, but we eventually got there. The only issue that I have with these control decks like this is that you typically just have very few ways to actually close out the game. So I like what Honorog has done here with this version, this 4-color version with Uro, rather than just like the tried and true Bant lists. Because the Bant lists, you know, even though they get to play like more copies of Endurance and in their main deck, that kind of thing, the Bant lists are sort of like hard set on Uro and Sylvan Library, that kind of thing. Like those are their draw engines, and like a few copies of Jace. And the rest of the deck is just all answers, right? It's just all removal spells and things like that. Dress Down's main deck generally, but it's just a bunch of like fluff, bunch of just like play this, draw a card, play this, draw a card, play this, draw a card, you know, that kind of thing. Like Ponder, Brainstorm. I mean, like, and that's a lot of what this deck does too. We've got, you know, 2 copies of Sylvan Library, 4 copies of Expressive Iteration, 4 Brainstorms, 4 Ponders, 3 Uros, you know, a bunch of things that just draw cards and gain life and that kind of thing. But and then the rest of it's just all answers. But the thing that I like about this deck is that it has so many things that pull you ahead. You know, we've got 4 copies of Expressive Iteration, 2 Sylvan Libraries, 2 Jaces, 3 Uros, 3 copies of Ragavan. You know, like there's just tons of cards that pull you ahead on mana and on cards, which I think is cool. The Ragavan also just gives you another axis in this deck that you previously wouldn't have, where you can sort of play like Protect the Hill, Protect the Queen kind of game plan, where you play Ragavan on turn 1 and then you start using pitch counters and Sylvan Libraries to pull yourself ahead, that kind of thing. And the Ragavan continuously, you know, generates mana. So. One thing I'll note is that we are only playing 3 copies of Ragavan, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I generally like playing 4 copies of Ragavan if I can. But he is legendary. Monkey is legendary, and there is lots of copies of Karakas in the Legacy format right now, so it does feel a little bit bad to get your Ragavan Karakas every turn. That's definitely not a situation that you want to be in, but certainly happens that way sometimes. And with as many cantrips and things like that that we have, you know, having a Ragavan later in the game is certainly a possibility, just being able to find it if we need it. So as many cantrips as we have. Obviously having it on turn 1 here seems pretty good. Snow-covered island, ponder. Seems like a very Jeskai, and here we don't have any of our green cards or green mana sources. Oak Monkey. Another thing that I really like about Monkey in these decks is that it sort of gives you early pressure that you wouldn't otherwise have against certain combo decks. So, and it sort of messes up some things that, you know, are necessary with certain combo decks. Like, for example, if you play a Monkey and your opponent just goes turn 1 Entomb for a Grizzlebrand and you just happen to hit one of their reanimation spells, reanimate, animate dead, you know, something like that. Can't be Exhume. Exhume doesn't work in your favor, but should have played Karakas here. Doesn't matter. Shark Typhoon, eh? We cannot cycle that one, right? Yep, discard, discard. Let's brainstorm here. Gonna put Monkey back, and we'll just put a Plains on top. I think I'm gonna go ahead and play out a Karakas and just say go. Okay. gonna let them trade, and then we're gonna brainstorm into second monkey and just play it. Now they have a Karakas of their own, though. Cast monkey, play my tropical island and say go. Seems like my opponent is on the more typical Bant list with Ice Fang Quaddles, more snow basics, that kind of thing. Seems like this matchup is probably relatively close. I'm not really too sure which side is favored. When Court of Grace enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 Spirit token with flying. If you are the Monarch, create a 4/4 Angel token with flying instead. No thanks. Okay, let's brainstorm. Put back these two fetch lands. Name my Wooded Foothills. Fetch. I'm gonna play a Volcanic Island, say go. And reason I didn't play monkey there, it doesn't really matter a ton because they have Karakas in play, but I would like to have snap Force of Negation up if possible. So the win conditions in our deck at this point in time are going to be Jace, and that's pretty much it. We do have a couple copies of Snapcaster Mage, and I think I'm going to go ahead and fire off this one. Sort of get some pressure down, and we also get to Brainstorm. tuck Ragavan, second from the top. Attack with Snap. I go red, blue, Expressive Iteration. Put Expressive in my hand, Plow on bottom, Ragavan in exile. Play the Ragavan, play this Plains, and we're gonna play Jace. Brainstorm. We'll just put the iterations on top. I don't think it matters. Put one Misty on top. I think I'm gonna go Force Pitch Uro in this particular situation. Just the fact that we have battling Karakases right now, it's just gonna end up being more beneficial for us to not have Uro in the mix. No thanks. Interesting that they chose not to bring back Uro. Let's put Monkey and Iteration back. Go white, blue, green, Uro. Misty into play. Expressive Iteration. We. Put the Uro in my hand, Ragavan into exile. I think I want to try and find a Plow here. So let's do that. I think this is fine enough. The Force of Will being able to counter a removal spell from my opponent's end is like good enough for me. They're probably gonna Prismatic Ending the Snap and then try and attack the Jace down. Okay, so they had 2 removal spells. We are going to lose the Jace, which is unfortunate, but we get the first untap and we've got 3 cards in hand and 3 very good cards at that. They do, however, get to bring back Uro here. go Iteration. Put the Jace in my hand. Ragavan on bottom? Or do I want to play the Savannah here? If I play Savannah, that means I can go Prismatic Ending, the Endurance, and then also Snap Ponder. Green, white, red. Question is, do I also want to go Snap Ponder, or do I want to just like leave it be? So we could go Snap Iteration next turn, but I think I want to use all my mana this turn. Pretty cool with this. So at this point, if we draw our last Uro, I would like to not exile it to Force of Will, because I do want to actually get Uro going eventually. Even through the Karakas, just like drawing extra cards is good. Even if it costs us like 7 mana to draw 2. This matchup is kind of just like the nightmare matchup, in all honesty. We had Jace in play and like we were in okay shape there, but okay. I don't understand why you would do that in the main phase. Like, you just gave your sorceries flash. Play Jace. Brainstorm. I'm gonna play Uro here. An Iteration. Brainstorm. And then we'll exile the Plow. Unfortunately, we don't get to cast that Plow. Possible I should have started on an Iteration. If you start on Iteration, you get to decide whether or not you want to try and, because we could have exiled Brainstorm and like tried to cast Brainstorm looking for a second land to cast there. Okay, opponent's all out of stuff. They're currently out of cards, but they're gonna get to draw 2 here off this Uro. It's gonna cost them 7 mana to do it though. And then it's gonna get bounced back to their hand, or they're just gonna Karakas their own Uro. I don't think I like this line because, yeah, shouldn't you just recast the Uro now? It was an activated Fairy's ability. Okay, it went up. Okay, we're gonna tuck these back right now. Got another endurance. It's fine. Wander. No. Brainstorm. Yes. Let's put back Plow. Library. We're gonna go blue, red. Oh, can I do it all? I can do it all, right? So I'm gonna put library in my hand, plow on bottom, prismatic ending in exile. Prismatic ending this, white, green, blue. Done. Plow this. Sylvan Library. And they have Uro going, but that's the only thing they've got going for them. Now we get to start drawing a ridiculous amount of cards every turn with the Sylvan Library. And the only thing they have going is Uro. On top of that, they're using their Karakas in their main phase, which is going to start letting me attack with monkeys if I start finding them. Okay, opponent's seen enough. They decided that they are too far behind. Funny because like all of these cards seem pretty a-okay, but which ones do we not want? A lot of what we're doing is sort of fighting over resolved permanents, so I do like having the Force of Wills for that reason. And the blasts are not super great in this matchup just because the resolved permanents don't matter a ton. Like the cards that we want to blast are like Shark Typhoon, and you know there may be like one or two others that I'm not thinking of, but it's mostly Shark Typhoon. And I don't actually even know that Carpet of Flowers is all that great, and then Endurance is kind of awkward. Not even sure that the one that we have in the main deck is all that great. Alpine Moon's just kind of random. So let's trim an Uro, a Ragavan. We want like options. Like I want more things that I have the option of going to. I don't know that I need all 4 plows. Really only want a couple copies. I do like having 3 prismatic endings. I think that card's pretty a-okay. Perhaps we want Reb and 3rd monkey. Although if we're on monkey, kind of like having the Alpine Moon. Alpine Moon's only there for Karakas, just to be clear. And it turns off their Karakas, but not mine. I think it's a little too narrow. I think this hand is pretty fine. Don't have turn 1 Pyroblast up, unfortunately. Okay. Going for Uro. Into Ponder. Do I want to... I could just dash monkey here. I kind of don't hate that. Just get a card from them. I need to keep developing my mana. Could also just do what they did and play Uro. Problem with playing Uro though is that, yeah, no, I think I like, let's dash monkey. We're going for a Force of Will. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Under. Yep, we have a Force of Will in the top 3, which is good. And then we have 2 lands also. So let's put the Force in my hand. I do want to draw those 2 lands. Oof. Back to basics, eh? But what if we didn't do that? Also, what if we didn't do that one either? I would like to pay 8. Play Uro. Put out some lands and say go. Real Gamer asks, in Modern, what deck beats Charlie Blue-Eye Control? A guy I know plays it and can't seem to beat it. Blue-Eye Control? I feel like there's a lot of things that beat Blue-Eye Control. But, I mean, you could play, like, combo decks. You could play... there's just a lot of things that would beat Blue-Eye Control, in my opinion. I don't think that Blue-Eye Control is very good. Just play something that has threats that come back. Play Dredge. I don't think Blue-Eye Control can ever beat Dredge. I think I'd want to rev this. Just kind of keep them off of cards and things to do. Okay, my opponent's off it. So we're currently 2-0-4-0. Pretty A-okay record. Games have been going a little long, though. I will say the one big downside with playing decks in this fashion is that it is typically a little bit more difficult to close out games. But like I said earlier, the direction that Anurag is taking the 4-color deck with Expressive Iteration as an additional draw spell is kind of like this. I'm going to draw so many cards and counter so many of your things that none of it is going to matter. Which I kind of like. Draw all the cards. And also, I'm going to just throw Monkey in there because that's the card that I like. I like playing with Monkey. Unclaimed territory, naming dwarf. Putting a vial into play? No, we're playing a changeling, okay. I think I'm gonna go grab a Tundra and plow the automaton. Attack with a monkey. Hopefully get a 1-mana creature that I can play. 2-mana creature I can play. Grist. I wish I could play a Grist. I'm just gonna say go. I don't want to cast the Ponder off the treasure. Second unclaimed territory. Unfortunately, the Force of Negation here's they're not going to convert unless they play a vial. Certainly a possibility, but okay, play a Magda. That creature's legendary. Give me another Grist. Masked Vandal. I don't even really think that's worth playing, honestly. I think I'm just gonna cast a Ponder here. Expressive Iteration is pretty good. So let's put the Volcan bottom, Ponder in my hand. So that way I have something to pitch to the Force of Negation if I need to. May not need to though. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with this deck, I played against this deck a time or two on Magic Online at this point. Basically, it's a Changeling deck that has this combo with Dwarven Recruiter. Dwarven Recruiter says you search for your library for any number of dwarf cards. You reveal them, put them on top of your library in any order. So it's very similar to Goblin Recruiter, but it's Dwarven Recruiter. It's 3 mana instead of 2. And it searches for dwarfs rather than goblins. So obviously Goblin Recruiter is the better one, but Goblin Recruiter is banned in Legacy. So, that being said, Dwarven Recruiter is not, but you get to search for any number of dwarf cards. Obviously Changelings are considered dwarves in the library, so they go get a bunch of Changelings, and they put them on top of their deck. And then, they try and like grind you out with this sort of long game. It is a weird combo deck, to be fair. I don't actually know if there's like a combo kill or if it's just like, I'm gonna cast these changelings kind of thing. They did reveal another Magda. I know that they like have a combo kill with Magda. If they get a bunch of attacks in with Moth Dust Changeling, then, or not attacks, just taps, because they can tap changelings with Moth Dust. You can put a dragon into play with Magda, but I actually don't know which one they put into play. All right, let's start with Iteration. Put the Force Will in my hand, Ragavan in exile. Or, sorry, Ragavan on bottom, Volcanic Island in exile. Ponder. I think I'm cool with that. Here I'm gonna go Snap Plow, the Dwarven Recruiter. Go ahead and attack for 2, and then we're gonna get a 1/1 more than likely. I'm gonna cast it. Oh, never mind. We get a 2 mana 3/3. Or a 7 mana 3/3 in our case, because we don't have any changelings. Play a Mana Confluence. We have Force of Will, pitching Force of Negation up. Yeah, I don't care about Magda because we have Karakas. I will go ahead and Force a Will this one though. Bounce this. Attack for 4. Trigger the monkey. Get a Moth Dust Changeling. Green, blue, 1. Burrow. Blue, green, blue, green. Burrow. We did draw a fetch land, so it means we can actually cast the Moth Dust Changeling. Okay, I got a Magda. They have a Moth Dust Changeling. Let's make a couple treasures. Okay, now they get Realm Walker. And they can tap Realm Walker to give the Moth Dust Changeling flying again. And then... So what we should have done last turn is probably just attack with Ragavan and Snapcaster Mage, and then if they want to block, by all means, and then just hold up Karakas for this combo. Because now they get to just kind of go off. They get to just keep casting dudes, but they're not actually getting anywhere, right? This doesn't actually result in anything. Because they spend a mana to make a mana, then they spend a mana to make a mana. And then they are not quite dead to the board, but they are almost dead. Okay. I think we still win because we get to... We can still cast this too, because we have the treasure. So we get to put the Magda back in their hand, and then we get to Force Will it on the way back down. Two Magdas? Oh, they have two Magdas, okay. So we're not dead to combat, but we may be dead to like some weird combo creature they have. What does Scourge of Valkus do? Whenever Scourge of Valkus or another dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals X damage to any target where X is the number of dragons you control. So he currently controls 5 dragons. And then if he hits any others, then he gets to go like 6 damage to you, 7 damage to you. Scourge itself doesn't have haste though. We can start by Karakasing the Magda back to the hand. Scourge of Valkus is not legendary either. I think that's the target they're going for normally. Platinum Empyrean. That's kind of cute. They're killing the relevant creatures and then leaving the other ones in play. Go ahead and cast Expressive Iteration. Put Plow in my hand. Misty in exile. Let's go ahead and go fetch. Grab 2 tropical islands. Green, blue. Blue. Exile everything except for the iteration. I'm gonna plow the Realm Walker, and then we're gonna go ahead and Karakas the Magda back to the hand. I think that makes the most sense. Maybe I'm supposed to just go ahead and plow the Magda, though? I'm honestly not too sure. I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna attack back with Uro. Draw a card. Search for a dragon. Okay. Gonna go ahead and exile my Sylvan Library. Attack 6. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. I was just clicking through the yes, you can make treasures abilities, but then I just clicked through the stupid Unsettled Mariner ability. Let's just go to the next one. You can, I'm just gonna like let them, you know, have that one. That's fine. We're gonna bring in the dress downs and the terminuses and the Pithing Needle. And do I want endurance? Don't want Force of Negation. That card doesn't seem to do very much. Best card in this matchup probably seems like Dress Down. That card seems kind of absurd in this matchup. Ragavan's not very good against all the 1/1s. I don't think I want the extra endurances. I don't think that it's gonna matter a ton. I just want a bunch of removal spells and a bunch of cards that draw cards. Pithing Needle seems like our best sideboard card in this matchup, to be honest. Pithing Needle just turning off Magda. The rest of the deck doesn't really do anything. I guess I get to make a bunch of mana, so like we do need to like take care of the Realm Walker too, but as long as the Magda doesn't get to keep tutoring up artifacts and dragons. They could also very easily be on Cavern of Souls. They more than likely are on Cavern of Souls, so I maybe should be considering bringing in Alpine Moon. Maybe that's better than the third copy of Endurance. That's probably worth looking at. I'm gonna keep this. Yep, turn 1 Cavern. Force Will doesn't do anything anymore. I'm gonna force the Bile. Not gonna get very many targets for the Force of Will now that the Caverns are in play. I'm gonna go grab a Tropical Island, I think. And we're gonna Brainstorm here, end of turn. Okay, I like these, Back the Dress Downs. gonna go ahead and just cycle Address down here. I was sort of considering, you know, if we draw Uro, I could probably just cast it in the main phase and then have a 6/6. Address down here in response to this, and then we're gonna Karakas the Magda. And now we get to land a Jace. Start brainstorming. I don't think they can kill me from here. I think they're just gonna play Magda and then like make some treasures. Although I guess they get to kill the Jace. I forgot about Magda giving these things +1/+0. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Man. I mean, I guess we get to Terminus the board. Yep. Terminus. Go ahead and brainstorm. I think I like those. Let's put endurance back and a ponder. And I'm gonna go ahead and fetch up a tropical island. Actually, let's grab a Savannah. I'm gonna Pithing Needle and name Magda. So they can no longer use Magda to they still get the triggered ability from Magda to make treasure tokens, but they can no longer use Magda to go get an artifact or a guy, whatever the dragons. Okay, you got a Magda. Green, green, blue, blue. Burrow. Let's exile the fetch lands, the Force of Will, the Brainstorm, and the one Jace. go blue, red, Expressive Iteration. Put this plow in my hand. And then Flooded Strand in exile. Grist the Hunger Tide. Oh, they milled over a changeling. Normally that only happens if you mill over another grist. Let's go ahead and put this back in their hand. Go plow. Ow. Tag grist. The Sylvan Library in play, and I'm gonna go ahead play the second Uro. We have Karakas' interaction right now, but we are all out of cards. In my deck that draws tons and tons and tons of cards, I am out of cards. Got another grist? Seems like it. Second grist, okay. They did not hit a changeling this time. It's kind of cool though, playing grist in a changeling deck though. You know, you get to go like +1, and then like if you mill over just like 2 or 3 changelings in a row, kind of just gets out of hand very quickly. That one. Okay, 8. Let's go Jace. And minus on the insect. Attack grist. Red, blue. Put Iteration in my hand. Ponder in exile. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Am I out of white horses? No, I have a plateau. I have a plateau still in the deck. Okay, opponent's off it. Kind of felt like we were getting close to opponent being like, you know. You got this one, bub. So maybe the Jaces aren't that great. Endurance seems pretty okay, but I also think I want the 1 Alpine Moon, so I'm gonna cut 1 Endurance for 1 Alpine Moon. I think I like this a little better. Alpine Moon helps us manage Cavern of Souls, for those who are wondering. Yeah, I like this hand. So we get to Needle Magda, like right off the rip, unless they lead on turn 1 Aether Vial. If they lead on Vial, I might Needle Vial. Needle Moth this Changeling. I could just Needle Moth this Changeling, actually. Kinda don't hate that. I think I'm just gonna play Volcanic Island and say go for right now. Yeah, that's fine. I could have force-wheeled that, but maybe I'm supposed to brainstorm in response to see if I hit a plow, because now that we haven't hit a plow, it's like a little awkward that I let this resolve. I'm gonna go grab a tropical island. Lay out Sylvan Library, say go. I just didn't do anything. Okay, well, we drew a plow, so. I'm gonna put the Uro on top and the plow on top. And I'm gonna go Expressive Iteration, put the iteration in my hand, Uro on bottom, Swords in Exile. Grab a Tundra and plow the Valiant Changeling. Whatever that card's name is. Still no cavern, which is good for us. You got another Mothas changeling? Unsettled Mariner. Retrofitter Foundry. Are they also playing Urza Saga? I mean, this card's just like more annoying than it is anything else. I guess I could just Pithing Needle it. I'm just gonna let it resolve and I'm just gonna Pithing Needle it. I'm actually gonna try to get Uro into play here pretty quick. Oh yeah, they can sacrifice. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't think about that. They can sacrifice this to make a 4/4 construct. Found a plow though, which is all right. Let's go top. Start here with Pithing Needle. Name Retrofitter Foundry, and they just let that resolve. So yeah, F6 value for sure. Let's ponder here and shuffle. Yes. Okay. We'll hold up plow. We have to pay 2 mana because of the Mariner. I will plow. I think that the Mariner just being in play is more annoying than anything else, and we have a Force of Will to force any relevant spells. So if they play like a Magda here, we can just force it. Black, 1. Are they trying to tap for Grist, maybe? Need green mana somewhere in there. A Leyline of the Void. Do I even care about Leyline of the Void? Probably a little bit. Let's go top. Yeah, I don't think there's any way like I get punished, like super punished for paying for. Rest down in my hand, Terminus on bottom, Prismatic Ending in exile. Go ahead and Prismatic Ending this guy. I didn't realize a second ago I'm actually short a green source for Uro. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Could just go Snap Plow. Kind of like that. Yeah, let's just try and play this turn as Snap Plow. I kind of wondered if they were holding onto this Mass Vandal card for a little while because they haven't had a creature in the graveyard this entire time. So glad we get to get a little bit of value here out of this dress down. Okay, green, green, blue, blue, Uro. Exile a whole bunch of fetch lands and a Brainstorm. That's fine. My opponent's gonna start dying very quickly. Top, top. Hit you for 6. Put this Misty into play. Fetch. We're just kind of thinning everything out here. I know it doesn't really matter, but okay, you have a grist. Build over a cavern. We'll go ahead and target myself, yeah. Attack Grist, attack you. Blue, green, white. Your turn. Well, that's just really annoying. I guess we're gonna brainstorm here. See if we can find a Force of Will. Dress down works. Okay, your turn. Like super close on time here, but we're gonna end up pulling it out right here at the end, so should be all right. On top. I got a black arrow and the endurance. I drew a cavern. Dragon Lord Silumgar. What in the world? Okay. Nice. Nice. I guess it's a dragon, right? Like you get to tutor it with Magda. But of all the cards I imagined my opponent was going to cast right there at the end of our game, Dragon Lord Silumgar was not at the top of my list. I would argue that Dragon Lord Silumgar is not even near the bottom of my list. It would have to be below the list. But boy, oh boy, is Dragon Lord Silumgar a fun one. That card's great. Except when your opponent has a Karakas in play, then it's not so great. 6 mana, do nothing. I'm not even really so sure that Dragon Lord Silumgar would have been so broken if it just said gain control. Like, period. Gain control of a creature or a planeswalker. Period. Like, we still win that game if that's the line on the card. They take control of a tapped Uro, and then we Karakas the Silumgar back into their hand. And attack for 3. And then we get to untap and put our own Uro back into our hand. Maybe it just gets a little bit too out of hand with flicker effects, though. I don't know. I mean, they printed Agent of Treachery. I guess that was a later that was a later standard format. All right, 2 more matches to go. We're currently 6-1 on games. I like this hand. I no longer like this hand. Brainstorm. Snapcaster Mage. Brainstorm. It's a lot of do-nothing cards. Brainstorm. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. an Uro. Let's put a couple fetch lands into play. Attack for 2. Okay, so we pulled ourselves ahead on mana. Good shape there. Hopefully they don't stick anything super scary here, because we are sort of tapped out of all of our counter magic. We need to be able to untap on this next turn in order to really start getting some value out of these expressive iterations, that kind of thing. They're gonna go ahead and put my Uro on bottom, which is absolutely fine by me. I don't really care too much about the Uro. I think I am going to go ahead and just trade this Plow for this Endurance this turn at some point. Okay. Pretty cool with Uro. Grab a Savannah and plow this dude. I think red, blue, Expressive Iteration. Let's put Iteration in my hand. Flooded Strand in exile. Iteration again. Force of Will in my hand. Ragavan in exile. I gotta go grab the Plateau. I could force this, or I could just keep iterationing and looking for... I think I like forcing this. Red, blue, iteration. Put Jace in my hand. Flooded Strand in exile. Jace. Brainstorm, and I would really like to put this Volcanic Island back in the deck because I want to grab it and then go ahead and dash this monkey. I'm gonna get in for 4 because now the Karakas is tapped. Interesting, okay. It's weird that they let the Jace resolve. think Brainstorm. Exile 5 fetch lands. And really this just makes our endurance better. And if they endurance us, it's just better for us by exiling all of those fetch lands. So that's really the main reason that I want to put a row into play here, is just to, you know, get through all those spells that aren't going to do anything. Sylvan Library is not a huge concern because we have Prismatic Ending for it. Yeah, I think I want to keep a Jace. We're going to put a Plow back, and I guess I'll just put the Jace back on top. It's not that big of a deal. Let's start here. Ending that. Don't want to redraw Ragavan. Don't want to redraw the Plow or Prismatic Ending. Get rid of the Ponder and then one iteration. I think redrawing the iterations are like our best cards. Just lets us keep going. Pretty okay with them just using a cool spell on my snap. Red, blue, iteration, the Ponder. Let's grab my basic island, Ponder. Brainstorm. Oh, there's Karakas. Oh, wait. Top of your deck. No. Your turn. Top of your deck. No. Green, blue, blue. We're gonna exile all the fetch lands again. So my opponent's just trying to time me out at this point. I'm just gonna F6 each of these turns. Okay. So we want the Pyroblasts, we want the Veil of Summer, possibly the Carpets. Maybe Alpine Moon as well. So again, our deck is just kind of built to beat the mirror-ish, you know, like the Bant mirror. Because we just have way more cards that draw cards. Expressive Iteration is way better than Ice Fang Quaddle in the mirror match, that kind of thing. So, what do we want to take out? I think we took out 2 Plows last time. We trimmed an Uro and a Ragavan. We brought in these 4 cards. Prismatic Ending for the Alpine Moon. It seems pretty capable. There we go. If we cast Expressive Iteration here, I have to hit a land drop to not have to discard, so I think I'm just gonna hold one turn. Let's grab Tundra. Force of Negation. Force of Negation. Expressive Iteration. Put Reb in my hand, Savannah in exile. Let's just Reb this Brainstorm. So they're on like a Life from the Loam Wasteland build as well. We get to Pyroblast this. Brainstorm. Let's go grab a Trop. Snap Iteration. Put the Brainstorm in my hand, Plow on bottom. Sylvan Library in exile, and then we'll cast the Sylvan Library here. Opponent says, Expressive Iteration seems great. Cards. Busted. Cracked in half. 2 mana, draw 2. play a Jace. Brainstorm. Let's put the 2 copies of Prismatic Ending back on top of the deck. And I'm going to ponder here and shuffle. I don't think I want to play second library. I'll probably just shuffle that one away. That's fine. I'm gonna force will the Uro. Put back Jace, Sylvan Library. I cast Alpine Moon here. Name Karakas. Play my monkey. And I'm just gonna cast it for 1 mana. I'm not gonna dash it. Okay, they were off it as soon as they saw me start to pay costs for the Force of Will. I was at 1 life, but like, I had a billion cards in my hand. I mean, I guess after I force that card, I can't force anything else. So like, there's that to consider. All right, we're going into round 5 at 4-0, 8-1 on games. We lost to the dwarf combo deck or whatever in game 1, but we got that one back in games 2 and 3. So, deck feels pretty solid. I like the ability to play monkey, in those control mirrors, and have sort of a game plan against Karakas with Alpine Moon. Like, it just felt like I was so far ahead on cards with 4 iterations in my deck. I would say this deck's probably worst matchups are the like hyper aggressive control or the hyper aggressive combo decks, right? Like we have a lot of counter magic, but all of our counter magic, or a majority of our counter magic, are pitch counters. So Force of Will, Force of Negation, and generally in this color suite, basically anything that's not black, which is what we're playing. We're playing not black control. Doesn't have a great way to interact with combo on 2 different axes. Usually you're interacting with combo on like 1.5 axes, that kind of thing. It's kind of a weird middle game. Sometimes you get the permanent interaction and that kind of thing. Like Pithing Needle is not a bad card against Show and Tell. It's not a bad card against Dark Depths combo. Green sun for 1. I think I would like my guy to get through. How about we don't do that one? He was gonna get through anyways. Well, not necessarily. Misty Rainforest. I like the library. Plow this. Attack with the monkey. And they're letting that through. Kind of wondered if they would. And they did. I guess I could have iterationed off the treasure. Perhaps that's what I'm supposed to do there. I do need to keep drawing cards. Feels like they're gonna go Visionary into Cradle into 2-drop or 1-drop, 1-drop. Snap plow. We're gonna plow the Visionary. Ooh, what? This is not a card I'm familiar with. Put this back on top and the Brainstorm back on top. I'm gonna go red, blue, Expressive Iteration. Put the Prismatic Ending in my hand, Brainstorm on bottom, Flooded Strand in exile. Grab a Volcanic Island. Well, that would have been pretty good to cast, but unfortunately can't do that. Okay, got Aquarian Ranger. So they do have 4 mana here. If they go for natural order, we basically have to go Brainstorm and hope to find Force plus blue card in the top 3. This might be, yep, Shepherd. Cradle. Rex Sage. Blow up the library. Attack with the Ragavan. No blocks. Brainstorm. Well, that's like probably best possible, right? But I guess we can do everything, right? Go plow, plow, snap, plow. We don't get to cast the Nettle Sentinel, but I don't know how much that actually matters. Yeah. So let's put back Tundra and then Brainstorm on top. So plow the Guardian Ranger. Plow the Allosaurus Shepherd. Snapcaster Mage. Plow the Dryad Arbor. I suppose on the last one I could have technically Prismatic Ending the Shepherd instead of Plow, just to like prevent them from gaining one more life, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay, attack for 6. Yeah, this is fine. Red, blue, Expressive Iteration. Question is my opponent on 3 Dryad Arbors? Nope. Generally, most elf players are not. I don't want to like see this turn go crazy. Yeah, I mean this just means they're dead if we draw like Prismatic Ending for the creature they're gonna use as a blocker. Okay, never mind. I forgot about the Guardian Ranger ability. Thunder. Thunder in a row. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Is Jace good enough? You just play the Jace. I think I like that actually. No. Play Jace. Brainstorm. We have Force of Negation up for a natural order. We no longer have. Oh, this just, we're just dead to that, right? Wow, what a top deck. Is that good enough? Like if we just go all in on removal spells and no Force of Wills? Or do we need some number of forces as extra protection? Let's do 2 forces. Let's just run it like that. Yep, sand seems pretty good. Let's go grab a Volcanic Island to start. Yes. So I don't think it matters which order we put those in. I just wanted to draw those cards. Unfortunately, we cannot Prismatic Ending the Dryad Arbor. Yep. Yes. Yep. We're gonna go fetch for a Plateau here. Actually, I want another blue source, but I need white. So we are gonna grab Plateau. Go ahead and attack with Ragavan. Cast Uro. No. We're gonna Prismatic Ending the Shepherd. Instant Zenith for 1. Probably gonna go grab another Allosaur Shepherd. And then they have 4 mana for Natural Order. Green, green, blue, blue. Cast Uro. We're gonna exile Ponders. 1 Prismatic Ending. I'm gonna go ahead and untap Ragavan, pick up the Trop, and we can just play the Trop. Yeah, we'll grab another Tropical Island. So go. Now we have Dress Down up for do I want to just dress down here, actually? Yeah, actually, I think I'm supposed to dress down here because there's not a spot where I can cut off the Allosaur Shepherd otherwise. If I just let them untap, they get to go 3 mana off the Cradle. And if they have a land, they can activate Allosaur Shepherd. Plow the Allosaur Shepherd. They can activate his ability in response, but I'm pretty okay with them activating the ability. I am still going to attack with Uro because if they want to kill the Uro, they have to double block it. I don't understand why you would activate the mana ability of Heritage Druid. Oh, that's what they're doing. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with that too. I don't really care about that. Still gonna attack with Uro. Yes, thank you. Just gonna throw the Quirion Ranger under the bus. I don't really think it matters. I probably should have just taken 5, honestly. I don't think it matters a ton. Back with both of these. I want to just do this here, because otherwise it's going to be like a bajillion. Play Ragavan. Play Sylvan Library. And the Sylvan Library should pull us pretty far ahead pretty quickly. Draw a natural order. I'm not even really sure that natural order is lethal here because we are at 31. But it is a lot of damage. Yeah, now we gotta do math. So they're gonna have +4/+4, which is 16 damage, plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus the 5/5 on the, oh, okay, they're going for Progenitus, never mind. None of that matters. Okay, so we're looking for our second copy of Terminus or Snapcaster Mage. Tag with arrow. Thank you for blocking. Blue, green, exile 5 cards that are likely unlikely to matter. Brainstorm. Expressive Iteration. Real problem is that I gotta win a game 3 in 11 minutes. gonna say no. Always no, always yield. Always yield. Three more attacks, or two more attacks rather. I don't really care if they draw a card, I'm just gonna counter it so that the Cradle doesn't make any mana. That is twice now where someone has made me play out the game, trying to time me out, that kind of thing. No changes. Actually, I probably should brought in the, yeah, I should bring in the Pithing Needle. I didn't even think about that. Pithing Needle's good against Wirewood Symbiote and things of the like. Opponent is mulliganing. Leyline of the Void. Well, we do have 3 copies of Prismatic Ending. We are playing 4 colors in our deck, so I don't really mind that card. This card also don't really mind. Thunder. Yes. I would like all of these cards. Sylvan Library. It's certainly possible that it's worth it. My question to you is, what are we taking out for Endurance? They're like, I know it seems like an alright idea, but in all honesty, Elves is not a deck that attacks very much. Like, the only turn that they attack on is the one they put the Craterhoof Behemoth in play on. Put on top, and then put the Terminus on top of that. So this is going to be a pretty nasty turn for us. We get to play the Dress Down at instant speed, which gives all of the creatures no abilities, which means they can't activate the Wirewood Symbiote in response to save any of their creatures here. And then on top of all that, we get to Terminus the board, and we're doing this on the end step, so the Dress Down's not going to go away until the following end step, and we get to play this at Uro as a 6/6 for 3 mana. So all is good here for us. So blue, green, 1. Your turn. Doesn't even matter that they have a Leyline of the Void in play. 2 red, Expressive Iteration. Sure, we'll put the Plow, and then Forest in Exile. I'm just gonna go grab an Allosaurus Shepherd. Viridian Ranger, okay. This makes a bit of mana. Your turn. Yep. Okay. Opponent was off it right there at the end. So cool. We 5-0'd that league. So got our first trophy of the season. New season just started today, actually, right? Yeah, today. So let's take a look at that list one more time. Here. Hey, Andy Prime, appreciate the follow. Hope you're having a good Wednesday, wherever you're at in the world. So yeah, this is the list that we played. Just kind of go over it real quick. I felt like everything about this deck is very appealing to me. The one thing that I really don't like about the Bant lists is that they're very dirtily. They're very like, you know, like protect myself from dying first kind of decks, and they don't focus on winning the game. And I feel like this axis of having 4 copies of Expressive Iteration and a few monkeys are like ways that you can just slam the door shut on your opponent much quicker. Even though like Expressive Iteration is not necessarily a card that actually kills your opponent, it is a card that pulls you so far ahead so quickly when you've got 4 copies in your deck. That you bury them in card advantage so quickly, then it kind of just doesn't matter what you're doing to kill them with. Now, obviously, Uro and Ragavan are reasonable threats, and they're very powerful in this format. We didn't play against Delver at all in that league, so I wonder if this deck, you know, has, any, poor matchups against Delver, that kind of thing. But I was pretty happy with this deck. I think that this is probably an iteration that I'll be playing in the Legacy Challenge this weekend. I'm not too sure, you know, maybe I'll test around with a few other things, but I was pretty happy with the swap for those of you who have seen Anurag Das's list. I believe his list is very similar to this one. The main difference is being, I think he's down 1 iteration. He's got 1 more Prismatic Ending, and he fit the Terminuses in the main deck, no monkeys. So he's not playing monkeys, he's playing 2 Terminus in the main deck, and then there's 1 other card that he's playing that I'm not. But in any case, very similar lists. I think the addition of monkey is welcome in a list like this when you're playing this many colors. So I like this a lot. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap things up here. I do appreciate all you guys hanging out with me this evening. Like me, do you ever play any non-monkey decks, brother? No, monkey's my favorite card, dude. Like, so before Modern Horizons 2, he's playing Miracles, not Monkeys. Yeah, well, I know he's playing the 2 Terminuses, but I don't remember what the other card in his list was. Actually, I probably have his deck list like somewhere here. I think that's a Grixis deck. I don't have his list here, but let's just take a look here, just because I'm curious. Yeah, this is the one he won the Legacy Challenge with a few months ago. I say a few months ago. It was the 8th of August, so like a month ago. He was on 3 iterations, 4 ending, 2 Terminus, 1 Shark Typhoon. So that's the other threat that he's playing instead of the monkeys. So yeah, that's the other 1 card. So But for the most part, very similar lists. I think I like having the Terminuses on the board, because generally the deck is so dense on removal spells as it is. Swords to Plowshares and Prismatic Ending are two of the best, if not just the best, removal spells to not only kill creatures and permanents that your opponents have, but also clear the way for Monkey. So Monkey gets a lot better when you play these white removal spells, which is part of the reason why the quote-unquote Patriot aggro decks are doing as well as they are. They've got, you know, this many white removal spells and then the monkeys. So the white removal spells are great when you're playing Monkey. So I like the idea behind that. So, but also getting to play like Uro and other cards in this deck is pretty great. And the fact that there's not like any Blood Moon decks in the format right now makes this an option. If Blood Moon decks start to show up again, then, you know, it's possible that this deck's not where you want to be. Obviously, the Bant Mirror match is a little bit weird if your opponent's playing Back to Basics. That can be a little bit awkward. We did Force of Will of Back to Basics earlier. Yeah, the Blood Moon decks play Saga. Okay. I don't understand, but everything's a mess right now. I don't understand. Legacy's all over the place. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching me play some of this deck that I've titled in my deck list 7 color nonsense, because it's like 90 colors or something if you count all 400 of them. So I don't know if there's any changes that I want to make based on my run just now. My one problem with these lists is that it's just so hard to win in time. And this deck doesn't do a very good job of beating Karakas because our two main kill threats are legendary in the form of Ragavan and Uro. Like there was a game where I played like a pseudo mirror. I think it was round 4, maybe 3. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I had Ragavan and Uro as options to kill my opponent, but they just had Karakas in play, so I had to like hyper focus on winning with Jace. And I did eventually win with Jace, but if you don't have that option in a given game, then it gets a little harder. But like I said, the Bant Mirror matches, it gets a little bit easier for you just because of the sheer number of cards that you're drawing. The Expressive Iteration pulls you ahead so quickly. Just like you can kind of ignore Karakas because you're like, I'm just gonna find Jace, don't worry about it. Like I'm gonna draw through my entire deck and find Jace. And I'm gonna win that way. So as long as you can do that within a relatively timely manner, usually you can pull ahead and win that game. In any case, that's gonna do it for me for tonight. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. If you haven't done so already, feel free to drop a follow on the stream. Really does help me out, and appreciate the support on the stream. Like I said, we'll probably be playing this weekend. There is a Legacy Showcase Challenge. I'll be playing probably something like this. I don't know if it's going to be this list exactly, but I like these cards. I think these colors are powerful, and you know, all that sort of things, all that sort of stuff. So thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Wednesday. We'll see. I may or may not be on tomorrow. I know I haven't been streaming as much lately. That's mostly because I've had a lot of things going on right now. I didn't stream yesterday because my internet was down, but in any case, everything's back up and running, so we're in good shape. I do intend to stream some more this week. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a good rest of your evening, and I'll catch you guys later.